best efforts, her marriage was coming to an end. Soon. Her husband had encountered a more seductive woman who was breaking his concentration. Most men suffered from ADDD, attention deficit disorder. A classy lady with a hypnotic body, friendly smile, and magnetic personality could get any man's attention. Keeping him focused was the challenge. Men didn't need an incentive to cheat, but when that Jezebel gave her man a reason, his desire to fuck me was her problem, not mine. Her husband rightfully kicked her to the curb. I intended to make sure the trifling bitch stayed there. Chapter 1. Sindy. When he walks in, you'll walk out. Are you sure? Niall asked me after the prison guard closed the door to our private glass-enclosed room. We sat facing each other. The chill from the stainless steel chair made me sit on the edge of my seat. The rectangular-shaped metal table was cold enough to keep my favorite butter pecan ice cream from melting. 3 feet of space separated us. I stared into his crystal blue eyes as I said, "Help me get Granville Washington back behind bars, and you'll be discharged the same day he's booked. The remaining 2.5 of your 3-year sentence will be dismissed. You'll be on a 1-year probation with an officer that you'll meet face-to-face 1 time. After that, you'll check in over the phone. A few people owe me favors. If you complete the assignment to my satisfaction, your early release is guaranteed." Niall sighed heavily. His neatly arched brows drew close together. His eyes darted to the left. He blinked. When he opened his eyes, they were intensely on me. Instantly, I became motionless. "I've already done what you've asked of me." "Not exactly. Not exactly my ass." Veins protruded from his neck. His voice escalated in anger. "The outcome isn't what either of us anticipated, but I did my part. Now you want me to do you another favor? Fuck the money you paid me. I want out of here today." That wasn't happening. When we left this room, I was going home. He was headed back to his cell. I did not influence him to commit a crime. That was his choice. Helping him get out was mine. "What if what you want now isn't what you expect later? Then what? You walk away and leave me to do all of my time?" "Precisely." In my mind, I nodded, but didn't move my head. He had nothing to lose. I did. I needed him to calm down so he could focus on what was important to me. I softened my tone. "Fair enough. Regardless of what happens this time, I'll keep my word." Not sure if I were lying. I extended my hand and shook his. I had to tell Niall what he needed to hear. Getting men to do whatever I wanted, with the exception of my father, that was my strength. Loving another woman's husband was my weakness. Better for me to pursue the man I wanted than to allow my dad to arrange for my husband the way he'd done with Sierra. I missed her. Skype was nice, but I hadn't seen my sister in person in 12 years. Her being sold by our father wasn't my fault, but she didn't feel the same. Occasionally, she still says, "You are my big sister. You were supposed to protect me." I think our father or her husband told her not to come back to America and not to let me visit her in Paris. I wasn't sure how or when, but one day we would reunite. Trust your gut instincts. That was how I lived. My word used to be a firm commitment. Since I was a little girl, when Sindy Singleton made a promise, I kept it. Truth or lie, right or wrong, my love for Roosevelt Chicago DuBois was gradually overruling my senses. Lately, I'd been doing what was in my best interest. When things didn't go my way, I didn't hesitate to change my mind. This morning, I'd smoothed back my long, straight cinnamon hair